Welcome back to this special edition of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas here with us.
What it do?
And for everybody out there, if you want to get your bread right, go ahead, download the Underdog app, use promo code GIL, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. But we got two special guests making their first appearance in the arena. They helped put Chino Hills on the map as a top-ranked high school basketball squad in the nation. Back in 2016, it became a cultural phenomenon, as evidenced by the multiple Big Baller brand t-shirts still in my rotation to this very day. Both hooped at UCLA, Big Bro getting selected by the Lakers in the 2017 draft, and they moved into the pod game this year with their What an Experience podcast. We got Lonzo and Gelo Ball in the arena. On remote, on Zoom. How y'all doing?
You go first, y'all. I don't want to mess the audio up. Go ahead, bro.
What's up, y'all, man? I'm good. Happy to be on here with y'all dudes.
Appreciate it.
Ready to see what's going on.
We got two legends in the building. We're happy to have y'all too. So first, we got to start about you guys making that shift into the podcast space. I think back in March, you guys launched the What an Experience podcast. So what was that experience like launching the show, and why was it important for y'all to create that show?
I think it happened very organically. It wasn't something that we really planned. It just kind of fell into place, if you will. And shit, we're having a good time shooting, man. Getting together once a week. Obviously now it's a little more difficult now that we're in season, but just to be able to touch base every week, man, and just talk, honestly.
Yeah, Zoe just told me to pull up one day, bro. Like, I didn't even know we were starting the pod like that, so I just hopped on the pod one day, and then we just ran with it from there. So it's been cool.
Hey, to be honest, it's like refreshing, ain't it? Like, you know, sometimes just to get your thoughts out, to like get some of your emotions out through each other. Does it seem like it gives you some type of relief when you're doing it?
Nah, for sure. I actually look forward to shooting it every week, to be honest. It's fun it's definitely fun for us. I think it's new, it's fresh. You know, every week is something different. Obviously, he's a part-time comedian, so that helps a lot, man. But it's definitely it's a good environment when you're around people that you love, man, and you get to talk about, you know, whatever you really want to talk about and get it out, like you said. It's definitely a place event.
Yeah, it's a good platform to get it out for sure. I come in here.
Hey, you muted your shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you know this is real interview. We are doing it.
He done turned himself off.
Y'all shoot in the studio, y'all on the remote, but what were you saying, Gelo?
No, I'm saying, like, it's definitely a platform to get your word out, because not everybody knows what's going on or what you're thinking. So it's cool to just add that and come on here and speak your mind.
So we talk a lot of nowadays about players having podcasts, controlling their narrative. Lonzo, we're going to talk about you coming back, from those multiple surgeries and injuries in a second. But when you saw all the information and stuff being reported about you over the past couple of years, how important was it for you to be able to have a podcast now to control your narrative? We talked about it on this show. Stephen A. Smith has said some stuff about you, and then you posted a video, said you couldn't, I think, get out of a chair or whatever. Then we seen you do it with the one leg. But how important is it for you to be able to control your narrative?
It was very important. I think that was definitely another pillar. That was one of the reasons why we started the pod. I knew that coming back, a lot of people are going to have a lot of stuff to say. And, a lot of times stuff you see on the internet is just not true. So in order to avoid all that, I felt like me just stepping out in front of everything and being able to answer any questions I want to answer, by myself, that was the best option for me.
Most definitely. So, speaking about those injuries, Zoe, after undergoing multiple knee surgeries, including a cartilage transplant, I believe you're the first player to ever undergo that procedure and come back to the court. You missed 2.5 seasons, but made your return to basketball back in October. So how did it feel to be back on the court, and what did you learn about yourself during the rehab and recovery process?
It's a blessing, man, first and foremost. Just to be able to even play, even though it's not as many minutes as I would like, just to be out there and be productive around my teammates, man, it's been a joy for me, just internally. Something that you love get taken away from you for that long, you start looking at things a little differently. So for me, it's just an overall big, huge blessing, man. I appreciate the man above. And shit, I just take it day by day, man, to be honest.
Doesn't it feel like death?
It feels like it feels like you're just moving in slow motion, because it's like the progress is so minimal per day, and then you got weeks where you take steps back, and it's like, fuck, like I'm just going in a big ass circle. I don't know when it's gonna stop. So that was probably the hardest thing, just being able to continue to stay true to yourself and true to the grind, to be honest, because death is extreme, Gil, but
I'm just
it do feel terrible.
No, I mean,
I was gonna pivot. Like I picked up the pod. Like I wasn't just gonna die.
No, but like, see, you picked up, like, there was no pod back then, right? So it's easy for, today's game to, like, kind of pivot and still get the emotions out. Back then, you sitting there, just like you said, you look like you, like, ramping up, and then you take a month back, over some little tweak, and, now you're rehabbing, you see nothing, there's no promise of playing again, and all you have is your thoughts of, what if this is it? What if I don't play no more? Who am I? Like, those are real emotions that's going through, your mind when you're in that situation. And I was there when you're just sitting on the bench, just like, yeah, I'm probably never gonna get cheered again. Like, damn, this is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It's
like you play basketball, you play at such an early age for so long. It's like you don't know nothing else. That's another hard thing.
Yeah,
because it's like, where do you even pivot to? So I definitely understand where you're coming from for sure.
And then Gelo, just from your side, seeing your big brother go through this situation, dealing with everything, how hard was that for you to watch all that take place, and how happy are you to see Zoe back out there doing his thing?
Well, I never want to see him get hurt, so when he went through that, I was just make sure I'm there for him, talking to him and whatnot every now and then. And I'm happy to see him back on the court. I was waiting for it, so it's cool to see both of my brothers getting to it right now.
For sure, for sure.
How hard is it for you right now, like with the road it's taken? Like, how are you keeping yourself like motivated?
I just know what I'm about personally. Like, I grew up with Zoe and Melo playing against them every day, so I still know how I could hoop, and I still got confidence in myself. So I always just stay ready and just work out, always hoop. And I try to see, like, if I can get something to shake, then that's the way it's gonna go. That's how I be.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys' convo and said, the overseas route. And, I know sometimes, like, taking different routes is hard. The concept is hard, especially when you know your ability. You see who you played against. You see who you play with. You see what you can bring. And sometimes it's hard for us to look at another route when, like, I can see the goal line right here. Why would I want to go that way? Right? So I really understood. I really understood where you're coming from.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, like, everyone that be like, just go overseas, really ain't never been over there, bro. Like, me personally, I've been overseas for 3 years. I've been to 18 countries. Like, I've been over there, bro. Like, I don't think it's what everybody think it is. So I could do this. They might do me the same way the G doing me if I go all the way across the water. So it's like, I just make sure I could, like, I'm trying to get on the G League. It's still hope there. Like, people be tapping in. So it's not done yet, I feel like. So I'm going to just stick to it.
So you're not trying to go back to Lithuania, I think is what you're saying. It look cold as shit out there. Hey, it look cold.
I don't mind Lithuania, though, for real. I ain't tripping,
Great country, but shit.
If I have to go overseas, I'll go, bro. But like, I'm trying to do the G League first, like I said, bro.
I went to go see them in Lithuania. My trip was scheduled for 2 weeks. I left in 4 days. I was out of there, man. I was gone.
You're not caught like that, bro.
Hey, I remember looking at the photos and videos, like, especially coming from Southern California. It's too cold. It's cold as shit out there.
Hey, negative 14.
Hey, I'm good.
Man, that's hard to be motivated in negative 14. You coming from the sun.
Fuck
yeah,
is that?
All good, though.
I ain't gonna lie. I said this on our pod too. Then Indigo's fix that water park they got out there. That shit not safe, man. Not safe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, getting towed up though. You got.
So Lonzo, back to you for a second. So far, you've been under a minutes restriction, which was recently increased. How far away are you from getting that restriction lifted and being a full go?
Honestly, man, it's a week-by-week process. So we started at 14. Now we up to 20. So I feel like the impact I can make on the game is a lot I can do in 20 minutes. So honestly, right now I feel comfortable at 20. So we'll probably be there for a minute. Obviously, I want to get it lifted off, but I also want to play as many games as I can. So, the internal discussions is, we don't want to play one night, 35 minutes, and then I'm out for the next 2 weeks,
Yeah.
So if I could just keep playing 20, keep being productive on the court and doing my thing with the minutes I have, then, you know, I got no problem coming off the bench, man, and just trying to help the team out, to be honest.
Yeah, so Bulls have been extremely cautious. Yourself been extremely cautious in terms of your playing time, the games you've played this season. How hard is that for you from a day-to-day situation? There are days you're feeling great, and there are other days where you're feeling kind of some setbacks or things like that, or has it been kind of all in the upward trajectory?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's been super positive just because those 2 years when I sat, it's feel way better than that. You feel me? So even if it was 2 minutes a game, I'm much happier than just sitting back here doing rehab. You know what I'm saying? So I wake up every day, man, happy, super blessed, man, and I just try to get my best every day.
I guess that's the most important thing, man. Is something I didn't look at back then. Like coming back, minutes restriction. Like nah, I need my 38, 42 minutes. Like knowing I couldn't move, right? Now when you sit back and think, man, it's like, dang, I wish I did it the way, Derrick Rose did it, right? You start looking at man, he's still playing, he's still living his dream, and he gets to exit the way he wants. Same thing with you. 2 years of not playing to finish your career. Now I wish I can go back and say, you know what? I would have missed that next season, rehab, got it right to continue my career, versus trying to say, man, I'm an all-star, all-NBA player. I need to get back now so I don't lose my spot and end up losing my career. You know what I mean? So take your time, right? Take your time and just enjoy the game while you have it.
Yeah, I mean, the competitor in you, though, is always going to want to play the minutes, first and foremost, and you feel like you can help the team win, you're going to want to be out there. So I can't say it's just easy just, sitting on the bench, especially being a starter your whole life. So that was different for sure. But like I said, I think it's just a lot of different lights you can look at. Not even basketball, just life now. And I think that being out for those 2 years, I got to reflect on myself as a basketball player and a person, to be honest. So peel back a lot of layers, man. And I feel like I'm much better for it, to be honest.
Were there any players around the league that you leaned on during that recovery process or that were there for you to help kind of guide you through it and everything you needed to do to get back on the court?
Honestly, bro, I've had support from anybody, like everybody I've encountered that has my number has reached out pretty much, wished me the best, man. Been there. I had a super big support system behind me the whole process. So really everybody, man. But I would say first and foremost, definitely my family and really my brothers. I probably talk to them the most more than anybody. So shouts out to them.
For sure. And how much do y'all actually get to talk nowadays? Obviously, I know LaMelo doing his thing in Charlotte, coming back from injury, you playing your schedule with the Bulls, Gelo, you doing your thing. How much time do you guys have to actually, y'all in a group chat together, y'all FaceTime each other? How much time do y'all spend talking to each other?
We not really good texters, man. We got the FaceTime.
It's a good FaceTime.
I would say out of 7 days a week, we probably hit about 6, to be honest.
Okay, wow, okay. Yeah, shit.
It's a group FaceTime.
Shit, I don't even talk to Gil that much. I be here every day.
Yeah, we be here every day. I don't talk either 6 days.
Hey, man, and we was raised like some dogs, man, from a young age. So, we was always with each other, man.
Now, you talk about that growing up in Chino Hills, obviously well documented. Y'all were going hard, whether it was tackle football on the concrete, working out at the park, running that big hill that we've all seen videos of, playing a lot of basketball together. But let's talk about your Chino Hills basketball squad. Y'all really put Chino Hills on the map. Both of y'all, your younger brother LaMelo, who was a freshman on that squad. You played a national schedule, 35-0, en route to finishing as the #1 ranked team in the country. That starting five had 3 future lottery picks, and yourself, Zoe, your brother LaMelo, also Onyeka Okongwu. Gelo, you were the leading scorer on that squad, and Eli Scott, who started at LMU before playing pro internationally. A lot of talk about the best high school teams ever. Where does that 2016 Chino Hills basketball team rank amongst the best high school teams ever?
I mean, I'm just going to say we had 1, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean,
that's what I was hoping.
I got to go with us.
3 lotteries?
Yeah.
3 lottery picks.
I'm going to say we had 1.
We had 2, 3, and I think was 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Taking 6th overall.
Is that the best that any high school had?
You got that 2020 Montverde squad that had.
That don't count.
But this is the because people have this argument.
Nah, but they do count though. I mean,
no. This is you had a regular high school. This is
that's true.
This prep the prep school shit.
Y'all were all local. Y'all were all within a short mile radius.
I feel like we could have beat Montverde, bro.
Yeah, like to be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gil, you can speak to this probably. Like as a senior, bro, if you playing kids that are junior, sophomore, even some freshmen, it's like, no matter how many of them you have that are good, it's like I'm still the oldest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could do whatever I want out here.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
So that's how I felt when I was a senior. I felt like Mount Vernon was cool, but to me, they all younger than me. So I can't even, you know what I'm saying? I can't even look at them like that.
It's not even competition. Like, I'm thinking about my era, not high school.
Nah, there were some killer squads, but I don't think anything at that level.
I mean, 3 lotteries coming from, like, a regular school.
And you got to put extra on
it. Where did Brennan go?
You went to Dominguez and then you went to Oak Hill.
Oak Hill, Oak Hill is all bought players.
But yeah, I'm saying, you're not getting local regional dudes. I'm gonna be real.
Yo, y'all got the claim.
I didn't know where the fuck Chino Hills was until I started watching y'all play and hoop. But now when I roll through there on the random occasions, I'm like, it always just makes me smile just looking at y'all hometown and just seeing what y'all did for Southern California basketball. So you guys were a great trio of brothers. I want to talk about another trio of brothers from SoCal. Holiday brothers, Justin, Drew, and Aaron. But I want to know, at your peak, Ball brothers versus the Holiday brothers in a game of 3-on-3, who wins and what's the score?
What we going to?
11 by 1s.
And what's the rules? Because, if Drew get the hand check, that's a big factor.
See, that's called the basketball mind. What's the rules?
Like, how we going to play? But I got us for sure. I think ultimately we got the size. Just because Aaron, that's my dog, but he gonna get caught on somebody that we got at least 6 inches on. So I gotta go with us. I think we got the full package, man. We got rebounding, we got inside presence with G, we got shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Gelo, you agree or disagree?
No, I agree with him, and he hit it right on the head. I feel like.
I don't think they got anything that could slow you down, man. I remember, I think first time I saw y'all 2014 at the TAR Classic in Vegas. I want to say you were a freshman, Lonzo was a junior, and heard the buzz about y'all, but then actually getting to see y'all play and just the style of play, high scoring, fast paced, everybody getting buckets, pulling. I mean, the numbers you were putting up in a 32-minute high school basketball game was absurd. And even on that.
No, Rex, that was some.
No,
when you playing basketball, just period, and you're seeing the numbers across the board, the fuck are they doing over there?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like G never got his flowers because of the style of play. But if you go back and watch the tape, people that be scoring a lot now, it's okay, you get a pick and roll, cool, you get the mismatch with the big. When we was giving G the ball, all his shit was one-on-one.
On the wing, bro.
Screens being set. He was either getting post work, he was on the wing, or the mid post going one.
I told y'all, just let me get to the wing and hit me, bro.
Just let me get to the wing.
That 30 was a real 30. I gotta respect that, man.
So for sure.
I always tried to make sure I had the highest score, bro, no matter what team. That's how I just played. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have the highest on the court. I told them that before the game, bro. They were looking at me crazy, Gil, but it is what it is.
They're looking at you crazy until they look up. Oh, shit.
He got 30 on us.
Yeah, he got us.
And then obviously, Lonzo, you're averaging a triple-double your senior year as well. I mean, when you guys reflect back on those moments, what's your favorite experience or favorite memory from that time all playing together? That was, I think, your last season of basketball, all being on the same team with each other.
It was just an amazing year, to be honest, for me, especially just seeing the growth. I mean, Melo was still a midget back then, though, to be honest. He didn't hit the growth spurt until he went to Lithuania. But getting him when I was a senior and I knew he was coming in for that last year, I was like, we definitely got a chance to be a top team. And then, shit, we ended up being, in my opinion, the best team ever.
Do you guys, I mean, you're pro now, thinking about the NIL and how everything is moving. You guys were what, 4 years too early?
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking at some of the stuff that your pops did, and me and my dad used to talk about it, right? And we just like the flaws, the positives, and I just hit him the other day, and I was like, man, 4 years. You see someone get paid $7 million. Man, them motherfuckers got at least 20. You're just sitting in them dang, they would have got baked up. There's people who can make claims of how much money they would have made, but no one was actually in position to capitalize. Only you guys, y'all had product, y'all had a brand to actually move units at a large number. There was nobody that I can remember that was actually in position to capitalize on the name of the game.
No, for sure. And that's, shouts out to big fella, our pops, man. I feel like his heart was in the right place. I feel like, his plans were definitely good, man. They just wasn't executed the right way. But his overall vision was spot on. In my opinion, he just didn't have the workforce to get it to where it needed to go. But I mean, you can't go back in the past if you could.
Yeah.
A lot of people would try to look at a lot of shit differently. But I mean, like I said, you just got to stay positive, man. Continue moving forward. I do think though that Lavar Ball, big baller, man, shout out, did trailblaze, for the NIL and kids getting paid earlier, because I think that he was one of the first to try that with that JBL league, and it wasn't, like I said, executed right, but the overall vision, I think, was picked up by other people that had more money and, more people to work for them.
Yeah. I think for me, seeing y'all go to Lithuania, my older brother Chris was an assistant coach in the JBA when that was going on, so got to go to, I think.
Damn, hey, for real? That's crazy.
Yeah. So Chris Johnson, my older brother, played at UCLA too, but for me getting to see that, because I'm a big fan of that. I've never been a fan of NCAA and kind of how they moved and the things they did to athletes. So seeing what your pops was able to do, first and foremost, I think dispelling that narrative of black fathers not being present. Obviously, he was very vocal and very boisterous, and but very supportive of y'all as well. So just to see him, he was this larger-than-life figure at that time. But the JBA move, the Lithuanian stuff, I think very controversial, unconventional at that time. But now in hindsight, we're seeing the way everything is shifted, especially from a player empowerment standpoint. So you got to give him his love for that.
Yeah, I guess,
for sure.
when you're first, obviously you're going to hit a pitfall, right? Because you don't know the layout. Now everybody gets to follow the layout and know, okay, do it this way, don't go that way. And that was the problem. Like, my dad says it all the time. He was like, he had the ideas, he just probably didn't know how to make it pop. Exactly. Right? He was mentally knowing what he wanted to do, just didn't know how to execute it, and probably didn't trust people to come in and try to take over something that was already beautiful. And I understood it. I was like, yeah. And I said, if I was in this position, it probably would have looked the same and probably been in the same position. Because something that was created when they were two, I just can't just hand it over and say, right, you can take control now. That just don't sound right. Right?
Yeah, so it's easy to make the right decision when you get to look at it, like you said, now and say, oh, I would have did this, I would have did that. But like you said, with nobody in front of you, man, and you just free-flowing, obviously mistakes are going to be made.
Yeah. So for sure, obviously, y'all rose to stardom. I think Lonzo around your senior year. I think that junior year, y'all were still under the radar a little bit. Obviously, you had a lot of star power and name value in the basketball community. But that senior year with LaMelo being on squad, Gelo and yourself, you guys kind of rose, and it was just, lightning in the bottle after that. What were those experiences like for you, becoming just a household, worldwide figure for you and Gelo in those times? And how did you deal with that newfound stardom?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. My life never really changed, to be honest. Like,
okay.
I ain't paid, like, it didn't do nothing to my character. And I had been signing autographs since a young age because my dad used to take us to my mom. She worked at a little middle school. So since we was kids, we was going up there busting their ass. So we was already, signing hella autographs at the school when I was like 10 years old. So for me, I was already used to people, bro. I had already practiced my signature. Like, it wasn't no different. We was in Chino Hills. It ain't much to do out there. So it's like, we just hooping anyway with the homies. It's not like we was going out and seeing all types of different people and we on Hollywood Walk of Fame and shit like that. So, I mean, it was pretty calm for the most part, man. I would say the hardest shit was probably just getting used to them cameras around when we started that TV show. Like, that was the biggest change for me.
Yeah, you're talking about the Ball in the Family Facebook show.
Yeah, the Ball in the Family. Like, that was different, just having, like, cameras follow you throughout the day. Like, I wasn't used to that. But as far as the stardom and stuff, that never really bothered me.
And Gelo, how about yourself?
Like you said, we've been dealing with a lot of people since I remember, like, third grade or something, even going up to the little AU camps and stuff. So it's like everybody always been like, hey, can we get a signature or something since a young age? So it never really felt different when it hit in high school. But like he said, the show was what was different. Like, having all the cameras around and still trying to be you and shit. It's a lot. But I got used to it though when I got older.
How long did it take you to get used to that? I think y'all did 5 or 6 seasons of that show. Cameras always being around, people always in your business, in your shit. I'm sure they had story producers on there trying to craft and construct stories that may or may not have been, who y'all were as people. But what was that experience like overall?
Yeah, I mean, I never got used to it, to be honest. I feel like
I still don't like getting told.
I feel like now I'd be cool with it though. Like it's cool now, but at the time I wasn't really big on. Oh, we got to shoot today. Cool. Like nah, I wasn't really happy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So obviously you talked a little bit about your dad, but you know, obviously Lavar Ball, like you said, you know, the architect of this situation, believed in y'all at a young age. You know, put y'all to work. Very unconventional, but extremely effective methods to help y'all achieve y'all goals and y'all dreams of getting where you needed to be. Do you feel like Lavar gets enough flowers for your success and his impact on the game overall?
I think it depends on who you ask, man. I think he got people that love him and people that hate him. You know, as do a lot of people in this world. So I think it depends on who you ask. For me, obviously, I think he gets his flowers from the people I'm around. They give them to him. I mean, they know what he's been through and what he's done with us and how hard it is if anybody has kids to be there for them, you know, every day like that for that amount of time. That's not easy, man. And it take a lot of effort. And for him to do that with, you know, 3 boys for 18 plus, you know, shouts out to him for sure.
Yeah, like the people who hate him, you look at it like that's an internal problem. You know what I mean? Because it's really like dudes whose fathers wasn't there, or parents who's not positive when their sons is playing, right? Yeah. They're mad because now their kids is looking at like, why you can't be like him? Why you can't say when I have a bad game, he about to come double down and score triple-double? Why you can't do that? You calling me trash. He never say trash. He said, Zoe has 0. Oh, he gonna have 30 today. He gonna have 30 today. And then when you have 30, told you, Zoe never like that. It used to be like
never lost.
Never lost. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, your impersonation kind of solid though. I ain't gonna lie, you're working on that, man. You're working on that.
No, that shit was like, I'm sorry, but I used to love that shit. Like when you just double down and then if it don't work, you just double down again. Like that used to be the funniest shit because people hated that. Yeah, like you got to think about like people want to see failure. So it's like, oh yeah, he only had 10. 10? Oh, he gonna have 10 with his eyes closed. Wait till tomorrow, he gonna have 30, 10, and 10. Right? He just keeps going and people really didn't like it. It's like they didn't like the positivity. Which is weird.
Yeah.
It was just a weird thing.
Like, it's crazy because people that know him as like you, that's all you know him as. You know, he's probably the hardest. If you know him, he's probably the hardest headed person that you know. Honestly. Yeah. Like once he's set on something, that's just what it is. He's not gonna change his mind. So he gonna speak his mind, you're gonna hear his mind, and even if he's down 30, he's still gonna talk crazy. So it don't really matter. Like that's how he is. So for us, it was like, damn, that's just our dad being our pops. Like y'all just don't know him, to be honest.
I think one of the greatest promoters, I would put him above Don King in terms of his promotion level, consistency. But the thing about it is, I would see all this shit people would say and the hate that he would get. Anytime you rolled up on him, always cool, always polite. You know, would take time to talk to everybody, give them positivity. And y'all grew up in the AAU community. You grew up in the AA community as well. I would tell people all the time, he's not even that extreme in terms of what you think for an AAU dad. His kids are just really good. Because you got a lot of delusional-ass dads out there who kids are trash.
Not facts.
Talking like this as well. And it's like, this ain't even really that big of a deal. From what, you know, you go to a random gym on a weekend, like.
I had parents trying to fight their kid for missing free throws. And I'm sitting here like, he's 6. I'm like if he get the ball to the rim, I'm happy as the coach. Right. Making it is a whole nother conversation, but I'm not worrying about it. The score is 6-8. We're in the 4th quarter. Right? You over here talking about when we done, you going in like, yo, relax, bro. It ain't that serious yet.
So keep this thing moving. Y'all are both pretty laid back and low key. I think Gelo, you a little bit less than Lonzo, but still nonetheless very, very, very laid back, low key. Is it the case for your baby bro LaMelo? I think for a lot of us that used to watch y'all go on Facebook Live, this is before the Facebook Watch Show, when y'all would just be on Facebook Live, running around the crib, all talking shit, having fun, clowning each other's chains and all that type of stuff. I think it was obvious that LaMelo was going to be different. When did y'all know LaMelo was going to be special on and off the court?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Since 4 years old, bro, I've seen him do shit I've never seen a kid do, bro, honestly. Like, he was able to shoot with his left hand hella early, like dribble early. I'm like, nah, this little homie, he advanced as hell. Like,
I knew he was
people, I
going
don't
to be the
think
coach.
people understand because he always hooped with us, but like, his floater is so nice today because he was playing against kids that was 3 times his size his whole life. So the only way he could get some
18,
shots off, he had to shoot floaters. So like when he's shooting floaters from 3-point line, I'm like, he's been doing that since he was 5. You feel me? So seeing him just grow, man, and then when he got his growth spurt, man, that's what really took him off the map. But as far as his personality and character, he's been a spaz his whole life. So he's definitely out of the norm. He got hella energy. I will say he's found a better way to bottle it up, but he still just have random moments throughout the day where he just gotta just let it out, man. So he's definitely his one-of-one brand fits him for sure. He's definitely one-of-one.
Oh, so he couldn't have been the oldest one. He had to be the youngest one.
Yeah. If he was the oldest, no. If there was worse than him, no. Somebody would have went to jail, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody be locked up. Somebody would have got locked up. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. If he was the first one, it would have been bad.
And I know y'all are extremely proud of him. You talk about that growth spurt. Obviously, he became the tallest of the crew. When you look at his career, he's dealt with some injuries. He's been in and out of court, but when he's been killing this year when he's been out there balling. What do you feel like LaMelo's ceiling is in the league?
Shit, I got him.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You got it.
Like you said, I've been seeing him play so long, so I know when he's healthy and when he actually out there, I feel like he could be a top point guard, if not the best point guard in the league, for real. So I'll be expecting, like, what y'all seeing when he playing, I'll be expecting it already. But I knew he was going to be cold, like you said.
Yeah, I think when he's healthy and he's locked in, for sure, when I could see that he's really tuned into the game, he's the top 5 player in the NBA right now.
And when y'all are doing those family FaceTimes, he was my favorite post-game interview in the league right now. Unfiltered.
Hey, you got to stop saying. And people like you, why he not getting no better, man? Stop saying
I know, right?
I like just real authentic human beings. Maybe could benefit from a little bit of media training and stuff like that. But no, when y'all see that, are y'all on him at all, or y'all just let him be him and do his thing?
I mean, it's him, so I can't even say too much. But I got to say something, bro. Like some of that shit be unhinged. Like he don't got to take it that far. You feel me? It's just no reason for it.
I'm not on him at all, bro.
He not gonna
I feel
change.
Like he toned it down a little bit on the camera, bro. He might have.
That's the funniest part about it, because when you look at all the personalities, they're literally all different. Right? they're literally like, the professionals, and then you got the wild child, and the professionals like, oh my God, I would have never said that, bro. What's going on over there? Like you're doing the most, sir. Right?
Yeah.
You're doing the most.
Like when you guys were like really training and practicing, because all you guys' game is different, like how did that work?
You know the crazy thing about it? Melo did the least amount of shit. Like he used to cheat.
That nigga got God-given talent, bro.
But growing up, when we was running the hills, like the hill, we start off with a legit mile. Like once he can run to where my dad couldn't see no more, he's stopping. Like he's not even going to the end no more. So he used to just cut corner. We doing pull-ups and shit. My dad turn around, like he just gonna get off the bar and just act like he did his 5. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he was just, man, blessed at a young age. I would say
he's showing up to hoop. That's it.
Yeah, he just wanted to hoop the whole time. But he was still doing work, man. His half day was a lot better than people's full days. I will say that, just based off the shit we was doing. So he was still putting in work. But it was every day, to be honest, we was working out. So it was just really a bonding time for us, and this became part of our schedule, man, and just something that we just ended up doing every day. It's really like someone who's going for a run every day, to be honest.
So you think?
I will say,
no, you got it.
I was gonna say he trained us to play together for real. Like as far as that goes, like
our games are definitely fit to like all play together though. Like he made a person that just shoot, just to score. He can guard 1 through 4. You know what I'm saying? He's the strongest type.
Throw the 5 in there now, though. Throw the 5 in there.
with the new small ball. And then Melo like a tweener. He could play on the ball, off the ball. He could score. He could pass. And then shit, you got me. I'm just trying to play defense, really score, hit the open shot, and make the right play. So, yeah, it's really a master plan, man. Big Baller got some good plans. Like I said, man, he did it right with that one.
So let's take it back to your youth. What was an average workout like for the Ball brothers? Like, what were y'all doing in a day for the work you were putting in?
It depends. Is this a school day or is this a summer day?
Summer day. I want the real.
Like our summers, I ain't gonna lie. That's probably why if I have off day now, I'm sleeping the hell in. Because, like, we was waking up, bro, at 7 o'clock, man. Every day.
Summertime.
We got to go start on the hill. So we going to run the hill
get ready
first.
to hit that hill, nigga.
We're going to come back. After we run the hill, which is about a mile, give or take, about a mile, then we run, depending on the day, either 12 to 18 sprints up to half of it pretty much. So that shit going to take at least an hour and a half. Once we get back home, we're going to do our sit-ups. After we do our sit-ups, then we either going to do, depending, if it was a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, then we're going to do weights. If it's Tuesday or Thursday, then we're going to do pull-ups. That's another about hour right there. And after we're done with that, we finally get to hoop, which was about 2 hours. So I would say we was moving around from like 7:30 to about 11:30, 11-ish every day. Damn. And then shit, that was how we would start our days off. And then we would eat after that. And then shit, we had so many people at the crib. We had a swimming pool, thank God. So we would just all go crazy in the pool, man. And the rest of the day was ours to have. We go play football. We continue to just play pickup. And we could do what we want, but, it was kind of like real militant because we was on that same schedule. We was on the schedule our whole life, no matter what. Like, we really ate dinner at the same time every day. Damn near ate breakfast at the same time every day. Worked out at the same time every day. Everything was just, set up for us to be the best basketball players.
That shit start feeling like a routine for real. Like, I was like, shit, I already knew. Waking up, just putting my shoes on, like, you about to go run. I was waking up like, shit, hey, that shit turned like brushing your teeth for real. We about to hit the hill. All right.
So, last question for y'all, man. We appreciate y'all pulling up. What advice would you give to the next generation of hoopers looking to follow in your footsteps?
You want to go first or want me to take it?
Go ahead, Zo.
I had to give him some information. I would say take care of your body at a young age. Don't start waiting until you get older to try to lock in. I would say if you're really serious about, whatever you're trying to do, try to act like a professional early. That's what I would say.
I'd be trying to tell that to my son.
Yeah, because, when you're younger, you're not nothing's going to feel like, no problems.
That's smart,
but over time, you know what I'm saying, your body, man, you got to continue to put, good oil into your system, man, have good maintenance, you know what I'm saying? And you can start doing that at a young age. I'll be looking at my daughter like, yeah, she's flexible as hell. Like, it's easy as she could touch her toes. Like, if I would have just kept doing that, since birth, shit, I'd probably be like Wemby before the games right now, you know what I'm saying? So, just small shit like that, man, to be honest. I got you thinking, huh? Yeah.
That's the top.
That's, that's the one thing that, I do regret that I didn't take care of my body. I didn't stretch a lot, right? It was just to touch your toes, do one of these, let's just go play, right?
Exactly.
And watching some of the guys who have longevity playing at 35, damn near 40, and they all saying the same thing. I took care of my body, stretch, ate the right way, and you're like, I get all that, man, but I just wanted to hoop, right? I just wanted to hoop. Where the burger and the soda? Where the burger and the soda?
That's how we grew up, man. That's all we knew. So, you know what I'm saying? Try to help the younger generation, man. That's what I would try to push to them, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, Lonzo, Gelo, we appreciate y'all taking time out of your schedule. For everybody out there, make sure you like and subscribe to the Wooden Experience podcast. It's been great to see y'all. I don't want to say step out of your shell because you've been reality stars for a long time, but to see you up close, informal, having a good time, doing something else that you love in addition to basketball, and just bringing great knowledge and culture and input in all your experiences. So we appreciate y'all taking the time to come on the show, man. Wish y'all the best of luck with everything.
Hey, man, all y'all just need just 1 year, man. All play on the same team. Just all play on the same team. I don't care how you do it.
I'm praying on it.
Just don't care how you do it. Just one team. Just you got to give the people what they want.
Hey, man. Hey, it'll be a great show. I'll say that.
Okay.
And I'm also going to say this. We're going to pull up on y'all in the summer, man, because that setup, man, we got to get like y'all, man. We trapping out the living room right now. Y'all got a nice setup over there.
Hey, we in the basement. It's just a real nice basement, though, Gil.
Come on through.
I got you, man. Appreciate y'all having us, though.
Thank y'all so much, man.
Love, man.
So, shout out to the Ball brothers for taking the time, pulling up the show. This has been another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa! We'll be back with more very soon. But remember to like and subscribe. Are you trying to run these numbers up, man?